Hi, it's Ferris J here, energy therapist for pets and their people, and in this video I'm talking about animal communication. Now, a few weeks back I made a video looking about how we can communicate with our pets, as in tell them what we need them to know. This time I'm looking at it the other way around. How can we tune in to know what is going on with our pets? I know so many people want to know what their pets like to eat, how their pets are feeling. So I have 3 tips for you today, and then I'll share a couple of little stories. The first thing I recommend when people are desiring to communicate with their pets is look at your energy. If you're going to sit down and you want to tune in to your pet, and it can be as simple as having a heart-to-heart connection with them and just allowing yourself to receive information from them, or asking them a very simple question. But the first thing is a prerequisite. Have your energy clear. And what I mean by that is, don't bring your worries or your doubts or your confusions. I know for so many people communicating with their pets, they're not sure if they can do it, they're not sure if they're getting it right, and all that is taking up airtime in your head. And if you are there being worried, you are not easily going to be able to receive whatever they're wanting to tell you. For me, I use EFT tapping to help people clear out any of those doubts or worries in their mind that are stopping their mind from being receptive to what their pets may be trying to tell them. So that is my first tip. My second tip is, don't go in with an agenda or a demand to find out something specific. If you feel the energy of having demand, I need to know this, I need to know why they're doing this behavior, I need to know what they don't like to eat or do like to eat, or why they're not eating this. When you feel the energy of having a demand and an agenda, again, if somebody was wanting to communicate with you and they were in with a big demand, you're not very likely to open up to them. So go in instead with open curiosity. No demand, just curiousness. And that leads me to my third point. Don't start with something big or something really important, something that's life-changing for them. Start with something easy and small. Ask them what they'd like to eat today. Ask them what are their favorite places to snooze in the house. Start small. I know even when I work with my own pets, there are some things I get somebody else to communicate with them instead, because it's too emotionally big. They're nearing end of life. Are they still comfortable? I do that work with pets and people all the time, but I get a second opinion with my own because I'm so invested in the outcome, and it's such a big thing. The same if are they in pain or are they getting on with the other animals in the house. You can be too emotionally involved to, again, have that clear mind. So if it's something really big, really important, you might be better to get somebody else to go and communicate with your pets for you. So start small, start simple, let it be fun. You've got to build up trust. You've got to build up that rapport between you and your pet. And there may be some things they're not inclined to tell you, and be okay with that. So they were my top 3 tips. It can be such fun, and it is so lovely to be able to connect with our pets in that way. And I'm going to share a couple of really quick stories from when I was learning animal communication, which was 12, 13 years ago now, I think. And don't discount what you get. We can be inclined to think we should know the answers. When I was first studying animal communication, and I did a tune-in with my Sally dog, and she was out with my partner at the time, Sam, and I tuned in and I asked, what's your favorite food? And you can get the information different ways. Sometimes I'd smell it, but I saw on like my mind screen a pie, and I knew it was a pork pie. How I knew that, I didn't even question. I just knew it was a pork pie. I'm vegetarian. We don't have pork pies in our house. But I thought, hey, maybe somebody else had one before. Who knows? We'll give them to her. And I rang Sam. He was out with Sally at the time. And I said, you know, Sally said her favourite food was pork pie. I was like, we've never given her a pork pie, have we? And he started to laugh and laugh. I said, what's so funny? And he said, when did you do the connection? And I said, oh, I think it was about lunchtime. He said, well, I'd stopped in a service station and I bought myself a pork pie. He isn't vegetarian, but he ate vegetarian in the house. And of course, I'd just given some to Sally. So it shows not to discount what you think. She had actually just had pork pie. Now, if I'd asked her the next day what her favourite food was and he'd just fed her a bit of chicken, it could well be chicken. They changed their minds. So don't discount anything. It's such fun to be able to do that. And you know, there are other stories as well. Sometimes you pick up the smells around. I tuned in again when I was learning to a friend's dog, and I just got the sense of strawberries and cream. I could just smell strawberries and cream, and I was like, I'm sure they don't feed their dogs strawberries and cream. And I connected with them again a while afterwards, and they said at that time they'd been out having a picnic and they had been eating strawberries and cream. So I actually picked up the scent of that through the dog I was communicating with. So be aware you can pick up things that are going around as well. And sometimes it can be more abstract. I worked with a horse and I kept seeing sunlight, and I felt its stable was really dark. It's like it wants more light, it wants more light, it needs more daylight. And when I communicated that to its people, they said, yes, we know, we're trying to do something about it, because he kept turning on, there's an electric light in the stable, and he kept turning it on to the point where they had to put a grill around it to stop him turning it on all the time. But they did then change where he was, so he was in a stable with more light. So you can pick up all those sorts of things, and it's a muscle. You got to build it. So start small. Start with favourite foods, favourite sleeping places, and build it from there. And you can always let me know how you get on. You can leave a comment underneath or back at the blog post where I have other tips. I hope this inspires you to communicate with your pets. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Ferris J. Bye for now.